Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. Firstly, on the small account, we've recovered back to kind of where we are, so that's not too bad. Not the best week, but better than a kick in the teeth, I suppose. So the daily on Friday was probably typical of a Friday's profit taking. So we've had a pretty strong move and then some profit taking. Now, I'd love to see some kind of a pullback, back to this breakout here, Brooks Gap, and secondly back to this area here. So upside target is still in play. So that was our first move. There's our second move. So we are still looking for that 29,750 area. We start working our way through the lower time frames. You'll see at the moment this target here for a pullback seems very, very unlikely. So one of two things, it's either there and there, or alternatively, which we've already gapped up above, it is that scenario there. Okay, so if you're reading between the lines, I'm still looking for longs. And well, not the neatest flag ever produced, but that is the case. The oscillators all over the place at the moment, so nothing really to read into there. I'm almost going to say ignore that. Bring in that's not a fractal, okay? That is your fractal. So the high of Friday is your fractal. So that's pretty much what we're looking for. We're looking for a break out of this range. So Friday was very much a range day. We are kind of hovering on this area. I'd expect this gap to close. So probably during the European session or early in the US session, I'd expect this gap to close. And then the question is whether we're going to hold this level. If we're going to hold the level, then I expect another move up. Otherwise, if there is a bit of a pullback, that would be really cool. And that's kind of the level that I'd look at and getting in. Would be 29,225 or even a little bit lower, any one of these fractals here, if price drops to that level. Okay, at the moment international markets are quiet, all futures markets are quiet. It is Monday, so that's what you would expect to happen. Okay, so let's just get rid of the noise on the 12. So as you can see, we've had a gap up, and that was a good 38-point gap up. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the gap close, and I think, again, that's our downside fractal there. So 29,318 is the downside fractal. We need to break through that in order for us to get some confirmation on the short side. So for me, range bound. Look at the tails here on that 1 hour as well. So lots of indecision. To me, it just looks like it's consolidating. So we're looking for a break to the upside or any sort of price action that's going to confirm a continuation to the upside. So I'd like to see a bit of a pullback, and whether we get it or not is another story. So I think moral of the story for today on the Dow is we're going to have to keep watching this. On the hour, half hour, just to start seeing what kind of price action we get. If we're going to continue with this mess, where we have tails to the downside, tails to the upside, keep your money in your pocket, and let's just wait. But I do suspect this gap closes first, and then we're going to get some structure. Okay, so if we just shoot across to the Ichimoku, I think it's going to give us anything new. So if you look at the 12 minutes, we're in and out the cloud at the moment. Future is bullish. We've had a twist. Bullish, bullish. So we've had 3 bullish signals, and we've broken through the cloud, 4 bullish signals. But not going to read much into that just yet. 30 minutes, we are bearish, bearish, and bearish. Okay, so that again just indicates to me I expect us to consolidate a little bit more, possibly just a little bit further down. Now, there was our first trend line, and we had 3 touches on that. We broke through it, we came back to test it, we're above it again, and we've got a gap. So everything is pointing towards another pullback to come and test this break. Okay, so if you look at it on the hour, you'll see a similar picture. Okay, the other factor here is that break. Okay, so very messy on the hour. You can see we've got a bearish cross here. Future is extremely bright. Everything else is bullish. It's just a crossover. So patience is key. If we get a bullish cross in this scenario here with everything looking like it is, onwards and upwards we go. Okay, 4 hour, you can see flat Keynesian been fairly strong last week and now consolidating. I still think this is a consolidation. So we're waiting for some kind of structure to form and break for us to be long. Okay, daily, everything is bullish. No reason to be looking for shorts, but it is looking a little bit tired. We want to get a bit of a pullback before we get back in on this. Okay, so my view today is wait and see. You're probably going to have to wait and see into the European Open. And even then, unless there's some news coming out or some good results coming out, we do have, I think it's American Express today. That's the only notable one. Yeah, American Express is the only notable. And M&T Bank, I suppose, is fairly notable. But American Express is 107 billion market cap, so I think that's fairly significant. Tomorrow is when we really start with some proper earnings. Okay, so I think today you're probably going to find a little bit of limbo, so in other words, sideways motion, structure forming. So be careful of what you do. Probably better just to hold on to your money and wait and see what happens. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Unless there's some structure breaks on sort of the 12 minutes off a level, I think I'll wait, pretty much wait, not really trade this thing until I see something concrete. Because I think today may just be a day that we continue with this sideways motion. Okay, just because it's not much earnings and all the big earnings are coming out on Tuesday. I mean, Tuesday we've got Netflix, IBM, those are the 2 notable ones. And then we have J&J, Johnson & Johnson on Tuesday. And we have United Technologies on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we've got Comcat. What else do we have here that's really Lockheed, Starbucks, Texas Instruments, Travelers. I mean, all of these are 100 billion, 100 plus billion companies. So, you know, this week is fairly significant for earnings. And Friday, we've got quite a few as well. Okay, so yeah, I think for me, I think just going to hold on to any trades at the moment. Not really going to get into this until we see some structure. I think we're going to have another indecision bar. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a tail to the downside. So we have 2 indecision bars in a row like that. There's no level. Remember, we're at all-time highs at the moment. So it's kind of difficult to ascertain whether we're going to be moving down or not off a level. So you're going to have to be really careful about this. So I think that's it for me today. Pretty cautious. Expect this gap to close and then watching the lows of Friday. If they do hold, then I'll probably scale in with sort of a half a position, maybe even a quarter of a position, and then wait for the first pullback to add the rest of my position for a long. If it does drop lower, I'm not going to stress about a small position in there because I'll have a very wide stop on it. But then I'll be looking for any one of these 2 levels here for something to happen. So that'll be 29,053 or even as far as 29,000 and 29,173. Okay, but I do think 30,000 is the target we're aiming for. If not this week, probably by the end of the month. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.